say, kids, what time is it?
Hey, it's Edson at GeekTime TV, and I just wanted to do a quick video of my first impressions of the new Dune movie. Just got back from watching it, and I'm happy to say that it's pretty faithful to the book. That was one of my main concerns about this. The the original book written by Frank Herbert way back in 1965 is a very long, involved story, and it's obviously a very difficult book to translate into film. Um, uh, he built a whole universe around it, a lot of concepts, a lot of technology, dozens of characters, and it's just very difficult to put onto the screen. And I'm happy to say that Denis Villeneuve did a good job, which is I guess not surprising because he's also a very big fan of the book. Obviously, not all the scenes are there, and some scenes are changed. But overall, it was faithful. There was one storyline that I think is very important to the story that he did not explore. I'm hoping that at some point there'll be like a 4 hours director's cut that may be released that where he puts that in there. So that would be my only complaint, but it didn't ruin the movie for me. Um, it's probably cliche to say this by now because everybody said it, but um, do yourself a favor. Go out and find the biggest screen you can find in a theater and watch this movie there at least once. Watch it there for the first time. It really does make a difference. The cinematography is incredible. Uh, Loved all the overhead shots. There's such beautiful shots of the desert. A lot of shots of like the cities and the different planets, showing you like the grand arena of the cities. Um, the sandworms. You gotta see the sandworms on the big screen. Uh, they really look real and they're scary. Um, it's like on a scale. The scale is so much better in the theater. I also love how they show how when the sandworms flow through this flow through the sand, they're moving so fast and they're so big that they cause a lot of displacement in the sand. So that if someone is caught in the wake of it, they don't even have to be really that near it, but somewhere in the general direction, all of a sudden they feel like they're in quicksand and they go under. They showed that very well. There's also a scene on a small scale where this is more personal to me, to something I experienced, where the character of Paul, the main protagonist, played by Timothy Chalamet, with another character. I'm trying not to give too much about this scene, so I wouldn't give away anything. So all of a sudden, he's just there with this other character, and he lets out a burst of anger, and it just came such a. It was done so well that it's like my body automatically just jumped at this scene, and it's like, you're only gonna get this type of experience in a theater, because when you're in the theater, you get immersed in the story. You're almost part of the story. If it's a really good story, and you're reacting to what's happening in the story, and it was like I said, I read this book dozens of times. I knew what that scene was, and yet when it happened, I still reacted, and that's the theater experience. A lot of exposition in the first half of this movie, because you need to convey to the audience what's going on in this universe. But it was done very well. It was done mainly through another character's experience, another character's eyes. It was done very organically. There's a if the certain character was visiting a planet for the first time and they're learning something new there, then that's how you the audience is learning at the same time as he or she is. So done very well. Um, Acting, very solid overall. It's a great cast. I remember being very lukewarm about Oscar Isaac being cast as for the character of Duke Leto, and glad to admit that I was really wrong, and I'm very surprised at how much he gave to this character. This character stole a lot of scenes because of him. There was a there's even a reference to Star Wars, I believe. It might not have been intentional. It was just something that I immediately thought of when it happened. And I'm not gonna specify what happened to make me think that way, because again, we're going into spoiler territory. But I plan on doing a much thorough review of the movie at some weeks down the road, after people have gotten a chance to see this movie. The technology of Dune was also done very well, showing you how it works, how realistic it looks. The ornithopter, with the with it looking like, dragonflies flying through the air. That looked really cool. Um, Showing you how still suits work, helping you how it helps saves you in the desert. Body shields when they're fighting, that they showed that very well. They showed how, the way the technology works is that, if there's a fast projectile towards the shield deflects it, and a slower projectile will slip in through the shield. That was done very well. I like the music. I'm not that much. I don't know the much about the technical aspects of music, so I couldn't explain that very well. But the reason why I say I like the music is because music to me for a movie has to be one that enhances the movie experience, and it doesn't take you away from it. So as I'm watching this movie, the music is there, and it just enhances my experience with this movie. So, but if it was music where it was like kind of taking me away from it, where I'm kind of noticing the music more, and kind of like paying more attention to the music and away from the film, then I know the music isn't made for it. But in this case, I was watching the movie, and it kind of just it was there, and it was part of the whole experience. And in my experience, I've really liked Hans Zimmer's music in the past films as well. And finally, the ending. Now, I probably made a mistake doing this, but I read, some people were saying that it was a really abrupt ending. It was a cliffhanger, and it was kind of like disjointing. And I was afraid that that was something that might happen, because this is part one of the story. Now, I like the decision that it was part one, that they're doing it in two parts, because it does help bring this story better onto the big screen by splitting into two parts. But there was also the issue of, like, where do you come up with an ending of the movie in the middle of a story? And like I said, some people were saying it ended abruptly, and I'm happy to say that yet again I was pleasantly surprised that I didn't think so at all. Um, the second half of this movie was like a series of like dramatic events, one after the other, leading to a final kind of, I guess you call it a climactic event. It was the last dramatic event before things kind of calmed down, and the main protagonist finds himself at a new status quo, um, not where his life is not in imminent danger. He's kind of like given time to catch a breath, and I thought that would be a good place to end this movie. Obviously, it's not the end of the story. It's still a bit of a cliffhanger, and that some things are left hanging, but it's not where it's like he's in imminent danger of dying at this point. So I thought it was a good place to end it. It was a good ending, and it just enhanced my experience at this film. Overall, I know that I'm I'm more enthusiastic right after I watch a movie, so this may be part of it, and I hope I won't change my mind at some point in the future. But I really enjoyed this film. Um, Obviously, there has to be, the part two will have to be made in order for this film to really stand as lasting like this. But for now, I really enjoyed this film, and I hope you do too. I hope you see it in the theaters. Please leave a comment, and let me know what you think of the movie. Let me know what you thought, some of the things I said. If you want to have a discussion over that. it'll be great. And if if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.
If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up below. Also, please subscribe to GeekTime TV. It really helps us grow the channel. And make sure you hit that bell icon in order to receive notifications every time we drop new content here. You can also check us out on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at GeekTimeNet. Thanks again for watching. We will see you soon.
Say, kids, what time is that?